Chad George is a perfect subject for this film and for what we're going to discuss here, fighting, being a professional fighter. It's not about the lights and the camera. It's not about the TV shows or even being in a movie like this. This is about doing it for your reasons, the reasons that you've created, the reasons that exist solely for you, that drive you to go through all this torment, just so that you, at the end of the day, can get in the ring, fight it out with another person who's been suffering just as much, wants to take your head off for no reason other than, you're like Mount Everest. Why climb it? Because it's there. Why punch your face? Because you breathe. But it's not an ignorant way of going about things. It's about the highest form of competition that you can really come across. And let's be honest, all forms of sport are just watered down versions of war. So here we go. This is the closest thing you can get to true battle. And, if anything, humans have definitely shown that we have a propensity for war.
What was there to what Shanna said to me that some guy that you fought before killed somebody in the ring?
He double-legged the kid, slammed him on his neck, broke his neck, and he died on the mat.
That's so scary.
All of it has potential for serious injury.
Tell me about the fight.
The fight actually starts much before the actual fight in the cage starts. It's quite an amazing process. We get to the arena. All the fighters pour in, your corners, your coaches, everybody just piles in and goes to your assigned locker rooms, and you have other fighters in the locker rooms. And then from there, each step is just a step closer to getting to where you've been going towards. All the hard work, every step is just steps closer. You get your hands wrapped, you get your gloves on. Then you hear those words, it's time to go, it's time to go. And that's it. You no more preparation. It's that time. Weeks and weeks of hard work and sacrifice, blood, sweat, body pain, happiness, anger, sad. Whatever happened doesn't even matter anymore, because it's now time. It's time to put everything that you've done and everything that you believe in is time to go.
My name is Chad George. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I'm a professional fighter. I grew up in Sacramento, California, moved to LA about 8 years ago to pursue a dream that I had of being in the art field. But by that time, I knew nothing about MMA or even had any desire to be a fighter. You know, I was still an artist, and all this, you know, just wanting to go to the gym stuff was just to get in shape and get out of the studio. And then they told me about a mixed martial arts program that they had in the evening.
Nice, good. Now follow up with the series. 1, bang, 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 bang. You see?
Yeah.
That's it. You'll eat them alive. Wow. My name is Jimmy Romero. I am a mixed martial arts instructor, and I'm here working with Chad George. He's a quick learner. He is a true athlete, so teaching him is a lot of fun for me as an instructor. Oh, you feel that pop? That can happen too. You know? Good.
I think the craziest thing that happened is that 2 months into me learning this stuff, the guy that I was training with, he threw something out in the wind and said, "Hey, I'm just gonna put this out there, and there's a fight available if you want it." And I looked at him, I was like, "Really?" You know, I had never crossed my mind even fighting. I barely knew how to throw a punch. You know, I just, being an aggressive kid growing up, you know, I guess that's, you know, the only thing I knew. And then it was, we jumped in the car and we packed our shit up and went down to Tijuana, Mexico, had my first fight with a guy that had been training, you know, like about a year or something like that. And I pretty much got my ass kicked for 3 rounds and knew 1 submission. Able to pull off that 1 submission that I knew, and I finished the fight, and the rest is kind of history. I was hooked from then on in. You know, I fell in love with the sport right then and there. Now I've had 16 professional fights. I've won titles in a couple of different smaller shows, and now, you know, I've reached the pinnacle of the sport, and I'm fighting for the WEC, the World Extreme Cage Fighting.
And before I announce the winner, I want you to know that Chad George took this fight on 1 day notice.
Now I'm looking for that big gold strap for the that world title, and you know, that's what we're working towards. And now that I'm in the WEC, I can put all my eggs in one basket and really push for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, representing Fight Science of Los Angeles, California, Chad George.
Chris Leo. I'm with Project Label. We're here at Firehouse Brewery tonight for the UFC 111 viewing party. We sponsor Chad George from the WEC. We flew him in from LA to come and do a meet and greet and sign some autographs and hang out with some of his fans.
We got Chad George, WEC fighter, top bantamweight prospect. And anybody watch the Strikeforce card on Showtime last night? Yeah! We got Miesha Tate here.
We sponsor Chad, and one of the biggest reasons is because of his heart. He just doesn't give up. You can see it if you go on YouTube and watch his highlight videos. He's an explosive fighter, and he's really intense, and it's all or nothing, and it transcends basically into everything he does. Really, he's just kind of the all-around package, and it's evident with the first few minutes you meet him, and that's really what drew us to him.
This is Miesha Tate. She just won her fight in Strikeforce last night, and now she's eating a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, it's a meal for champions. Then I'm headed to Vegas, and it only goes downhill from there.
Both times that I fought in Vegas, my girlfriend made sure she went with me because she was like, "I don't trust you there."
It can be difficult being the significant other of a fighter, because being a fighter has its moments where it's a very selfish career, because ultimately my needs have to be put on the, on the back burner while he is achieving what he needs to achieve.
You forget we're rookies when it comes to drinking. Yeah.
Maybe we should try like soccer or something next time.
Hey, that's a good idea.
I think we just kind of are at a crossroads right now where we're sort of deciding, if we're going to move forward together, if we're going to move forward as friends or just separately. He's not in a space where I want to discuss it with him right now, just because he's got to focus on the fight.
I said it's called a knockout special.
A knockout? Well, you should take it. You bought it for me.
Well, dude, I gotta chill for a second.
It doesn't do anyone any good for me to be that girlfriend that's sitting on the sidelines, freaking out and crying and having somebody need to console me because I'm scared that he's going to get hurt. Because he is going to get hurt. It's part of the risk that you take doing what he does for a living. But all I can do is sit there and cheer him on, and whatever happens, happens.
I just signed my bout agreement for my next fight in the WEC. And this time around, I've drawn a little pit bull and one of their kind of standout names in the show, Antonio Banuelos. Real tough kid. For both of us, I think this fight is a do or die. We're both coming off a loss, and that's just the way it is. You lose 2 fights in the big show, and they cut you loose. So I mean, it's do or die.
This is a folder, or portfolio actually, that Chad had made up. He had sent this out for him to get his name out. So I kind of kept some of the things that he's done and made up. Kind of memorabilia of his fights. This was his first fight against John Hosman, WEC 45, which he won. And so I just kind of keep these. This here I kept because the local Grapevine made a article for Chad when he started. Lancer, that's Rancho Cordova High School.
He was a good kid. He was a good baby, and well, he was a hard baby. He started off being colicky when he was really little, and of course I didn't know what to do with that, but then thankfully he grew out of that.
He had the normal problems as any kid growing up. We weren't in the best of areas at one time, and so we were always concerned about his getting in trouble or being picked on, or just the influence of maybe some of the bad kids going to school.
Coming home, we would have to,
The quickest way home.
like hop in the levee right here.
Yeah, I remember.
And you'd walk in the levee to avoid, stuff and crap from other kids. Then you look at the levee and you kind of wonder, was it really that much better?
Levi let me get beat up. He let me get beat up. All these years later, this is all his fault, really. That simple day that he could have just intervened, it would have changed both of our lives forever. He wouldn't have long hair. I wouldn't be fighting.
I told you, you said that you wanted it to be your own deal and you wanted to prove yourself.
He let me get choked out.
You needed it.
I needed it like you need a comb.
That was his first fight.
This is his very first fight. He and I had one at the basketball court.
Yeah, I remember that. You put me in the dog hold.
It wasn't a dog hold.
Yeah, it was. It was a dog training hold that you learned. And that's like how you retain like a dog that's misbehaving.
But he turned out okay. He got involved in sports, and that started him off in his career today. He's wrestled for a year or so in junior high, and then 3 years in high school.
I mean, everybody here knows he's a fighter. Everybody.
All of our friends.
All of our friends.
Everybody.
People that we don't see anymore. We used to have this really broad group of friends, and some of them, we just don't see anymore. But I'll run into them, and they still know he fights.
They still know, yeah.
And everybody I see asks me, "When's his next fight?
How's he doing?
How's he doing?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And
how's he doing? What's he's doing?
I mean, you got to have some sort of motivation to go through what he goes through, and I couldn't do it.
He's very dedicated. It's a very difficult sport. It's a 24-hour-a-day sport. You're training all the time. You're watching your diet. You have to be mentally prepared for your fights. And he's at the top of the game. So I think that he'll be one of your top WEC fighters at 135 pounds.
With what you're eating, you're rotting in your body.
Oh, God, I don't want to do this.
It's true.
But yet, obviously, you miss eating a lot of it.
I don't miss the way my body feels when I eat it, though.
Miss
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I miss the taste of the stuff because it's like a crackhead misses crack when he's.
It helps your thinking.
What? Crack?
No. The way you're eating clears your mind up. How come you keep getting parking tickets then? Because you can't remember shit about it. Huh? Tell me. I forgot. Oh, shit. Got it.
That's from getting punched in the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. I guess he was fighting. He had a couple fights in Mexico and Nevada before we found out that he was even doing that. Even before it was legal in California. And finally, one day he came up to us, called us up, matter of fact, and said, would you mind coming to LA and watch me fight? And we asked him, well, fight doing what? He said, well, cage fighting. We both just about dropped to our knees.
Blue corner, a boxing and grappling specialist fighting out of Fight Science MMA and PKG Training Center. He wears the blue trunks with silver trim weighing in at 134.5 pounds. From Los Angeles, he brings a record of 8 victories with 4 defeats. Give it up for Chad, the Senator!
It's just tough. It's just really tough to sit there and watch your son getting pounded on. And my wife just about tears my arm off when we go to watching it live. Holds me so tight, and she's so worried. But it's just tough. We just hope that everything comes out right. And basically what we mean by that is he doesn't get seriously hurt.
I feel as a mother, being the mother of a fighter. There's very mixed emotions. There's being very proud of where he's come and who he is and how he's learned the discipline, but yet there's also that tremendous fear. And no matter how old he is, he'll always be my baby. And it shows me that no matter how big he gets inside, he's always going to be that little boy. And in a mother's heart, that little boy is just everything. He is my world. And I'm proud of him. Big boy, little boy. I don't know.
I'm going to teach him today. So there is good fighters. They have to have a good combination, or 2 or 3 combination, or 1, and he has to do it again and again. And to have a muscle memory, it's called muscle memory. To do it instantly, to do that combination during the fight, and he has to do it again and again and again. And we might see some mistakes, but we'll try to correct them slow by slow. And we'll start right now. All right? Get back. Get back. Nice.
You get pain underneath too, or it's all
no,
on the
like I said,
top?
all the pain is it's
on
in
the
here.
side. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Do you get any numbness into those
No.
fingers? No. All right. So that's not the nerve. All right. Let's work on this. So what I want you, we're gonna do that active release technique. Okay.
Ah.
Hurts, huh?
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that didn't move much.
Let's do that again.
When you bend your wrist, there's tendons and stuff that go around
Right.
these bones, and they're starting to get pinched because the bones aren't moving out of the way.
Oh,
They're
I see.
stuck in one position, so it's kind
Oh.
of like you're moving the tissue right into the bone.
That's why I got the pain.
Yeah, that's why you're getting the pain. So
I'm going this way. Here you go.
and then straighten your fingers all the way out, and then bend them. There you go.
Yeah.
And the things that he does, the body just wasn't meant for. So, although he does a great job and he keeps himself in great shape, it's, you know, there's always a great chance that, you know, one wrong move could end his career.
The stress that's being put into joints and muscles from the sport, can any of those remain permanently, or?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we still haven't. Did we ever do an MRI of your neck? I don't think we did, right? Yeah, because money was tight when he actually had the injury. We didn't actually do the MRI, but yeah, I know that there's actually disc herniations that are in his neck because of it. But at this point, he's got no symptoms due to it, and he's strong. You know, he can handle being thrown around. You know, and yeah, he'll be fine. But he's always gonna have herniations in that part of his neck. And, you know, you don't want to hear this, but as he gets older, you know, he might have more problems with stuff like that just because of the abuse that he's putting himself through. So
It is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Makes you who you are.
Yeah, right? There's no set nutrition plan that I'm supposed to follow. You know, right now I'm still so far out from my fight that I can really eat whatever I want. But the closer I get to the fight, I try to eat more organic, just kind of greener foods, more salads, less beef, you know, more chicken, fish, things that are just gonna be enough to give me the energy and the proper nutrients that I need to train for the day. Stuff that I can burn off, but at the same time, because I'm training so much, I have to make sure that I'm getting enough calories in. And then the week of the fight, I'll start cutting things out. I'll cut out, you know, carbs, I'll cut out salts, I'll cut out fats, I'll cut out a lot of the things in my diet that I need, but will allow me to make my weight class. So then, you know, once I cut that out, probably about 48 hours from the fight, I'll be at about 143 pounds. And then that next day, I'll cut out all my water from my system and sweat it out, workouts, plastic suits, whatever I need to do to get that water out of my body. And then I'll weigh in at 135 pounds. It sounds a little crazy, but the guy that I'm fighting is doing the same thing. So after that, you know, I'll hydrate, I'll drink water. If I have access to an IV, I'll get an IV put in me to, you know, to rehydrate my system. And then, you know, I'll be back up to 153 pounds, you know, within 24 hours for the fight. So it's just the process, you know, it doesn't feel good. It hurts, you know, and it's you know, puts you in a real bad mood, but, you know, it's what you got to do to, you know, if you don't want to be the small guy in the ring, it's what you got to do, you know, it's a necessary evil.
What is the speed at? What happened to speed? Come on. Let's go. Up. Get back. Good. Jab again. Go do that again. Stay back. I stopped boxing since I was 11 years old, and I've been coaching in a different Olympic area. And I was an Olympic team from my country. I'm from Ethiopia, and I represent Ethiopia for different international games. And also I was coaching for Olympic trials in Trinidad and Tobago.
Chad mentioned once that you faked that he has baby skin. Is that true? Does he have baby skin?
Yes, yeah, that's baby skin, yes. And still we're gonna push him like a baby again.
Like a baby?
Yeah, we let him work hard. And to the limit, I'm gonna push him really hard for the next fight. So we have a lot of work to do. A lot. It's not easy.
You know, being in fight shape is different from being in just good shape. Fight shape is an extreme anaerobic and aerobic state of fitness that you need to be in to go all those rounds at an intense rate.
5, 6, 7.
Everybody pushes each other really hard to achieve their goals. You know, we're all out to be the best we can be and go after that championship title. And you know, it's good to have a good family behind you for that. You know, it would be impossible to try to do that all on your own. I just don't see that happening. You have to have a good support group. You know, it's really important. I value that more than anything. You know. Probably something to do
So
with the rotary
the rotator bolt sublution is actually loose, and that's why the condominium surface structure is slightly offset. That's all it is.
We have the ability to come together with that connection that your normal friendship, I don't feel could even contain. We get the opportunity to beat the hell out of each other and then hug after and smile.
I want you to cover your face, okay? You guys, I don't want to see anybody hit anybody in the face. No groin shots. Keep away from their head completely, okay?
Legs.
If I see that, it's not going to be good for you, okay?
Hands up, man!
Turn around, Chad. Keep up the tattoo.
So as a fighter and or as fighters, we get beat down, but we just keep getting back up again and again and again.
Fuck. Oh shit, I think I just broke my finger.
Sure? Yeah.
You feel it up?
Come on. Middle finger.
Let me see, let me see. Let me see both fingers. You ever broken it before? Looks a little off.
Give me some tape. Where's some tape? Who's got tape? Tape.
White tape?
Yeah, white tape. I'll tape it.
That's just the end.
What? You got enough? Ready? Yeah. It's good. Last.
All right.
I work in Tarzana, and I gotta drive down here on the 405 to make class, and I gotta come in the morning, or I gotta find ways to work out. So I mean, if I don't have a fight coming up, I still gotta kind of motivate myself to train twice a day. You don't want to train twice a day. You don't want to eat ice cream and hot tamales. You don't want to have a light carb diet, low sodium diet. You don't want to tell girls you can't go out and party because you're too tired from training and stuff like that.
Come the fight in August, we're starting real early. We're gonna kill this guy.
When I feel like I'm getting overloaded with fighting and I feel like, I've been at the gym too much, I can just pull out a pen and a pad and I can start drawing and I can escape that everyday, monotony that I have in the gym. I can just let my creative side just run wild. And, when I put that away, I can go back to doing what I'm doing at the gym, go back to getting punched in the head some more. It's a good life.
He's an artist at heart. He started out as an artist, and in a lot of ways, fighting is an art as much as it is a sport, and it's an art for him. So, as with any artist, he's kind of got the self-deprecating thing going on. So he often questions himself. He questions his abilities. So, I think that's not where he is right now for this fight. So which is a good thing.
Chad absolutely has the skills to go all the way, but you have to manipulate your mind and your emotions in order to be a successful fighter, and he's already really good at doing that. But in order to take it to the next level, he's got to take that part to the next level. And skill-wise, everything is there. He's made incredible improvements as a fighter since I first started training with him. So I think that's one thing that all fighters have to deal with is when you're going out there, you're not really fighting the other guy so much as you're fighting yourself. And when a fighter really truly understands that is when they become close to unstoppable, I'd say.
I'm Chad's mentor and inspiration.
All right, Mosey.
My name's Dan Hardy, the outlaw. And I'm just here for moral support for Chad. Teach him a bit of wrestling, some jiu-jitsu every now and then. Ooh. Teach him how to fight southpaw.
Ooh.
I got some skills. He needs some skills. That's the dynamic of the relationship, really.
When the man's right, he's right.
Chad George is cut. He's got blood coming out of his eye, so he's going to hold his triangle.
Very, very tight. Kennick somehow managed to hold on, get the escape. Now he's back on top, dropping serious elbows from Chad George. Yeah, the cuts under the eye when you're standing, it won't stop the fight, it drips down. But when you're on your back, it can roll backwards into your eye. It's exactly where he is.
Let the doctor check his eye.
Larry Landless calling to the doctor, check out that cut. Hopefully he's all right to continue. Like you said, it's under the eye. Normally they don't stop cuts like that. But again, it's up to the doctor. That is a good size cut, but again, the placement isn't horrible. Under the eye.
You know, getting punched in the face, punch people in the face, you know, that's all just part of it. But it's kind of the lifestyle that comes with fighting is what makes me feel so happy about my life. You know, it's the healthy living, the working out, the training, the influencing others to make better choices in their life and you know, try to achieve things, you know, aspire to things. And, you know, in a way, it's being a role model and ambassador to people that are in the sport, you know, to show them the hard work. And, you know, when you really want something, you can achieve it, you can make it happen.
My name is Aisa Juarez. I have been training with Chad Savage George for a little over a year and a half. I am the marketing director at a radio station in Los Angeles, K-Rock as a matter of fact. I did everything that everyone does. I did the treadmill, I went to your regular 24-hour fitness gym, I did, you know, just the things that you normally think you should be doing, and it just wasn't enough for me. It wasn't sticking for me. I would find myself not going to the gym or not motivated at all. So one day I was having lunch with a friend and he told me that he trained at PKG in LA.
Welcome to PKG. This is the PKG training center where we do all of our training. This is the entrance, our front desk area where we sell a bunch of merchandise and all that good stuff. I've got 2 of my signature shirts. This is our strength and conditioning area. We've got our kettlebells, our war machine, some chains, some rings, and our row machine. So all kinds of fun stuff. This bag here is our double end bag, so it's used for hitting combinations up and down. You can work really anything you need to work on, and it's for speed and coordination as well.
With Chad and the training and the classes and everything that he's taught me as far as boxing and the sport has completely changed my life. You know, there's funny things that he says, words that he says dig, or, you know, work through it, or focus, and he uses all these words, and they don't mean anything to pretty much anyone else unless you've experienced it, unless you've been at the lowest low you can possibly be and hear those words, and they help you push through that. And those are the things that I apply to my everyday life.
Yeah. Nice. Hand back your face, Aisa. There you go. Right hand back your face.
My first title that I won for the TFA. So this is a real meaningful piece. This trophy here was for Fight of the Night that I had with a guy named Lonnie Wright. It was a good fight, and I think I opened him up and he had like 16 stitches, and 2 black eyes, a broken nose. So it was a good fight though. This poster here is from a sponsorship that I had when I was fighting for a show called Bodog Fight. It was a mouthguard company that made me this really cool mouthpiece, and they made that poster when I was still fighting for Bodog.
Referee Sean Brockmole calls the combatants to ring center. You see on the left side of your screen wearing the white trunks and the distinctive lopsided red mohawk is Chad the Savage George. Opposite him in the black trunks is Matt Troyer.
I know that people have said that the sport, the MMA sport is, you know, violent and brutal, and people go there to see blood and guts, and they want to see 2 guys going in and not caring about anything. They're just going in and getting their aggressions out and beating each other brains in and not, you know, not having any thought. Well, that is so not at all how this sport works. It's about who can do the sport with the most respect and the most honor and the most strength and belief in themselves and their teammates. And you need to be able to be strong of mind and strong of will so that your body can follow suit, so that it can continue to, push through and help you win these fights.
Chad George doesn't quit. Chad George was a little more aggressive in that round, scored some takedowns. Both had a catch, which means they both had a near submission, but I'm gonna give that round 10-9 to Chad George.
Goes long, so that one hits at the full extension point. Or if I'm here, I'm gonna hit the wrong part of my hand because my range isn't there. It's gotta be here. There's the left cross. Move.
I don't plan on being a boxer. I just do it for fun. I like the exercise, the cardio, the quickness, the power punches.
Way too heavy. Way too heavy. There we go. Keep those feet moving. There, good. Then move, then move. Don't reach, don't reach. It's gotta be there, Quinn. It's gotta be there. Don't force it, okay? Just let it happen.
A lot of his, his core fundamental beliefs are to look internally and to look within. And and I get emotional because he has done that with me. He's gone inside my head, he's gone inside my soul, and not only has he physically been able to break down my body, but he's been able to break down those mental barriers that I've had for myself. And those are the things that make me realize that he's not only just a good trainer, but he's a good human being. He's a good man, he's a good person, and he really genuinely cares about the people and the things that he's done.
A friend of mine actually made a bet with me that if I lost a certain amount of weight by the end of the year, I would get $10,000. So I told Chad, and he was excited and was like, dude, we gotta get you there. And he's always pushing me, and he's always telling me, like, Steve, remember that bet, remember that money, what are you gonna do with the 10,000? And I mean, from that point to now, I think it's about 5 months now, I've lost over 45 pounds just working out and going there. And honestly, Chad is a true inspiration.
He's a really, really hardworking guy. He goes from training to teaching me, to teaching classes. And I think that with him working this hard to win his title, that he's going to be able to do it. And I think he should be the one out of anybody to do it, to win the title.
One more round.
So we're on our way to Object Salon in Santa Monica to go get my hair done. It's kind of a thing that I've always done since I started fighting. I used to always change my hair, different styles. I've done a lot of crazy stuff over the years. My hair used to always be done a week before my fight, and it would kind of get me into that fight mode when I would do my hair. It would go from, it was kind of that switch going from the everyday life that I lived to getting ready to go to war. But now, since I've been signed with the WEC, we've decided to go a route of kind of keeping a brand and sticking to one similar hairstyle. I got one for you too. Thank you.
Nice one, you
The WEC wants their fighters to try to be a brand. So I think with this style that we're kind of going with now, just kind of completes that brand that we're trying to push with me. It's simple, but it's still a little original, a little edgy. And I think that it's a little out of the norm, and it's enough to where people will still be able to recognize me when I'm not inside the cage. And yeah, I guess you could say I feel like a product a little bit, but I think any kind of successful business needs to have a brand, you know, something to be recognized by. And by all means, you know, fighters are just that. You know, we're a brand, and you have to stand out in a very competitive industry. And you know, if that's what I need to do, then that's what we're doing.
And usually when they show fighters, they show them, you know, training and lifting weights and winning and kicking ass, and that's what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks it's just about being this tough guy who goes out there and, you know, they're always on top of the world. There's always, like, their hard work, they're always sweating, but I mean, there's nothing negative about it. It's always, you know, glamour and glory and tough guy BS. But I mean, being a real fighter is about coming in and training every day and bringing yourself to, like, pushing yourself real hard. And it's really for pushing yourself real hard for basically nothing. I mean, some of the best fighters in the world get paid like $4,000 or $5,000 a fight. I mean, I got paid I got paid $60 for my last fight. I don't pay my bills with this. I have to have a full-time job on top of this. And I mean, I'm 2-3 right now. I don't have a winning record. I don't have anything special to say about where I'm at right now. But I mean, every day you got to pick yourself back up, and you got to learn how to pick yourself back up. That's what it's about.
It's tough fighting. You know, it's the financial hardship of it, I think, is the toughest part. You know, we don't get paid very much to do what we do. You know, it's more for the love of what we do. And it's just, the sport's still young, and while there's still a lot of skepticism in the sport, people are very reserved on putting money into it. And, you know, and I can understand that. But, you know, hopefully the next generation or two past me will actually see the benefits of what me and my generation, the generation in front of me, has kind of laid out, you know, the foundation for. You know, we work just as hard, if not harder, than any other athlete in the world. So, you know, it'd be nice to get the same benefits as them. You know, we don't even have medical insurance. You know, a lot of the fighters don't even have medical insurance. You know, a lot of us go into fights injured so we can use the injury or use the fight's insurance, that one-day insurance, so we can get fixed. You know, it's tough, you know, going into a fight with a broken limb or something like that, just so you can get it. You have to go through a fight to get it fixed because we don't have the money or the insurance to take care of it beforehand. I'm on my way to the Coppola Art Gallery, and I met with them a little bit back, and they seemed really interested in my artwork. And so today we're gonna go meet up with them, and you know, I'm gonna show them a couple more pieces. And the next step will be finish up doing some framing, and you know, we'll have ourselves a show. You know, put together a nice little kick-ass show.
Have all your stuff. Remember these little walls in your house I'm talking about? Yeah. These like little side rooms.
Right.
So have your stuff kind of come around, drape through here, come around, come back up this way, and then even on all the way up this wall if you need it.
Okay.
We'll probably put the bar thing right here, and then the DJ like right in here, and then so basically like splitting it. Right in half.
This art show means a lot because it's finally a chance for me to show people some of the artwork that I do and some of the photography, and you know, maybe educate people a little bit or let people see a different side of what they think a stereotypical fighter's life is like.
Yeah, what I did was like, I think it was about a 15-second exposure, and like halfway through the exposure, I made sure I didn't bump the camera while I did it, but I defocused the lens.
So many fighters are actually excited about the fact that Mac and I are doing a show because we're kind of taking that step to showing people that we're not about just punching each other in the face, and we're actually, you know, we do stuff outside of the fight world.
What do you think people do think about fighters?
Well, the way fighting is marketed, there's a whole lot of emphasis on the violent action aspect of the sport, and you know, that's what sells tickets, and especially in America, that's what puts the fans in the seats. You know, the kind of fans that are fueled by alcohol and they just want to see someone get hurt, and unfortunately that's one very exploitive side of the fighting art that we do. So hopefully the educated folks and the people that see the technical aspect of the art and the emotional aspect of the art of fighting, they'll get themselves involved with the sport more, and those are the kind of people that I'd like to show my art to if they're interested.
I'm covering the show because I think it's an excellent representation of what mixed martial arts is about. It also represents mixed martial arts in a positive light. There's a negative stereotype around the sport that it's not for everyone, that these people are savages, and you know, what's more culture than a Beverly Hills art show like he's doing now? You know, it's a big deal for Chad and also for UFC lightweight Mac Danzig, who is showcasing his photography. You know, that was something that was seen on the Ultimate Fighter television show, and now people here actually get a chance to see the photos that Mac takes by himself.
The worst thing that could happen is that nobody shows up. You know, if you know, somehow something happens and people just decide that they're not coming, or I don't know. That's probably the worst thing that could happen, that nobody shows up.
It was a great turnout, and I'm amazed how many pieces flew off the walls. It looked like everybody was interested in the art, and it definitely was kind of the scene. So that's I think it was a good night in Beverly Hills.
And hopefully, you know, we struck a little awareness in the fight game with you know, the other side of who we are, and you know, and we'll see where it takes us. And you know, again, it's an unbelievable event the way it turned out, and so thank you everybody for being a part of it.
So a recent turn of tables has really changed my life around. You know, every day I have a kind of same routine. go to the gym, I train, I teach. You know, day in, day out, I live at the gym, you know, and I spend all my time here. And then I go home to my girlfriend at our home. You know, we hang out a little bit, I get some rest, and I do it all again the next day. But, like I said, things have changed. Recently, my girlfriend and I have separated, and it's difficult, you know, as far from the emotional side of it, it's difficult. The physical side of it, it's difficult. I'm basically homeless now. I'm living in the gym, you know. Before I was making statements, you know, oh, I live at the gym, you know, I'm here all day long. But at the end of the day, I still get to go home and see my girlfriend and lay my head down on my bed. But not anymore. You know, now I'm here. This is what I do now. I love my girlfriend to death, but right now, I can't focus on the problems that we had. I can't focus on me not having a home to live in. I need to focus on this fight and this fight alone. You know, this fight is the biggest fight of my career, and I have no distractions now. I have no home. I have no girlfriend. I have no person to answer to. Nothing. All I have is this fight. This is all I have now. I've grown to the point where I don't care about the whole, you know, recognize me for my hair and, you know me for this or that. I think I'm ready for people to recognize me for the performance that I put on inside the cage.
The way he ducked punches and slip, is his reflection, his reaction is getting really much better. And I've seen people go down during sparring. He's gonna be ready to fight and to be the winner. We're gonna work hard.
I think I'm overtraining a bit.
Okay, cool.
But at the same time, I gotta make sure his weight stays down.
Yeah, you leaned up a bit.
Yeah.
How you doing with the weight?
Still got a ways to go.
Do you? Another, what, 10? 8?
14.
14. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
This is his life, you know. This is what he does. This comes first, you know. And he, you know, he's made sacrifices for his life, for his career.
Don't worry about it. Keep moving. What's happening in the fight? Get hit. I'll start thinking things better than he is.
Yep. He's got a pretty significant back injury that's in his low back there. So when he's out there in the fight, I know there's going to be some adrenaline that's going to take place. So he probably won't feel too much of the injury. But what it will do is it can make him a little bit slower.
You get 4 punches. Go. Push. Kick. That's good. Kick. Come on. Hands up.
The thing about mixed martial arts is you know, one little mistake can cost you that whole fight. And I mean, I've seen fights that, you know, that have, you know, one person has dominated the whole fight and they make one little error and it flips just like that.
You're on top, I want you to stay on top. You're decisively winning that round for that alone, okay? I don't want you jumping into something just for the sub. Okay. If it's there, it's there.
Like that last bit, it's okay.
Yeah,
last
absolutely.
5 seconds, go for it.
No, 15 seconds, even 30 seconds.
Okay.
You've already decisively won that round. If you end up on your back for the last 30 seconds, big deal.
Okay.
Right? That was perfect.
September 30th, baby. Coming strong. Fuck Banuelos. making a fucking monster. Fuck you.
Yeah, just got done with Big Red Rock mountain run, about a 2.5 mile up to 7,500 feet elevation, then 2.5 miles down, and so I'm gonna stretch, eat some food, and train tonight. We're 1 week out from the fight. I'm feeling amazing, can't wait, feeling good.
Good movement. Let that go and turn back to your right. 2 minutes, Chad.
Leading up to the fight, that's when he's kind of going through the process, and I think he's still kind of working out the kinks and trying to figure himself out and figure his game out. Every day is a challenge. One day he'll have a great training day. The next day he'll have a shitty training day.
Chad, I need you up and out, not in that guard. I need you to get up and out. Shoot that right arm underhook to the sky. Get to your left hip and hip heist out of there. Come on, Chad, work. Urgency, Chad. Urgency, Chad.
My name's Thomas Denny. I'm 41-15 as a professional fighter. I fought all over the world, fought in pretty much every organization out there. I've held belts all over the place. And now I'm obviously, starting to be the businessman side of things. And, we have a fight promotion coming up January 29th here in Denver. I have a fight camp where, guys can pay to come stay and train, come train at high altitude, come train at the gym, and kind of see what it's like to live like a true professional fighter. That's all you do is fight camp. So this is our lovely abode.
I've known Thomas for actually quite some time, from when I was just coming up in the sport. I've known him, since I won my first titles. And Thomas actually is another guy that's known for doing crazy hair. And so that's kind of where him and I actually started kind of linking up more, because he was commentating on shows that I was fighting on, making fun of my hair, talking about, it's not that original because he's done it in the past and this and that and this and that. But in the end, I think mine always look better.
Let's get 2 minutes in. First minute's gonna hurt, the second minute will be easy.
Chad, going up in this ice.
Let's get this all day, come on. We're here for a reason, Chad. We're here to become a champion. This is just another step taking it to it. Come on, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Breathe.
This guy is a champion. He's inside and out. I'm gonna watch this career go all the way to the top. I'm very excited to be a part of his corner, part of his camp. He's a stud.
I'm just real excited to see where Chad is in his mind and his focus, and watch him just go out here and smash this guy. I mean, I think he's in a really good place right now with himself, and I think it's going to show Thursday night.
Putting on a weight cutting suit. I'll put on plastics once I get to the gym. This will just break some sweats before I get out there. I'll look like a skeleton afterwards, but it'll be all good.
He is in the steam room. Sometimes use a sauna, steam room, whatever. He's got his all of his plastics on, his sweats on, and he's getting his sweat going. He's got to lose 5 pounds for weigh-ins today at 3 o'clock, and he's 5 pounds to go, so he's cutting that out in water. He's ready. It's time.
Once he gets about 5-10 minutes in the steam room, he's going to then head out to the treadmill and continue to get his heart rate going. And the thing is when your body's so hot and the heat can't escape, your body just works extra hard at trying to relieve the heat, so it sweats a lot more.
Like I said, this is the hardest part. The fight's easy. The fight's the easiest part of the whole camp. This is the final hardest part. We finish here, we finish strong.
He continues to treadmill it for about 5 minutes, and then he'll come and he'll sit down and he'll lay down for a rest. And when he does that, it's just his body's still sweating. And he stays for about 5 minutes there, and he goes right back and cycles through it the whole time. And you know, the great thing about that whole process is that it's low wear impact, but yet it produces a lot of sweat. Really helps prepare the body. The heat's actually good for it too. It helps the joints, helps the muscles.
About 10 minutes. Give me 10 more minutes, Chad. We relax. Come on, at the same time, relax. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, we relax.
This is far more of a fight than the fight that's out there, but if they can, what Thomas is saying to him, you know, it's like, it's in his mind, you know, you can choose, you can always choose whether you react positively or whether you react negatively. So yeah, he's tired and he's dead, but the mental strength is, does he pick himself up and say, I'm not tired? Or does he say, I'm dead? That's mental training that pays off when you get in that cage, you get in that ring, because, you know, there's gonna be times when you're losing, you know, or it's real close and you have to pull it out. You have to bring strength that you don't have, that your body's telling you don't have, and your mind has to tell your body, yes, I have that strength. And now he's got to choose right now. Is he going to get up off his back and say, I'm not tired, I'm going to finish this cut and be good? Or is he going to say, I'm dead? And that's what Thomas is saying to him, and that's when Chad brought himself back in here and got back in that sauna. He's got 10 more minutes before we check his weight.
I like to tell guys, my guys especially, that, you know, this is the hardest day of our camp. When you're on hardly any calories, you've got no, you know, liquids inside of you, and having to go heat yourself up and squeeze out the last little bit of weight from you is pretty much the most dreading factor. Lay down 5 minutes, my Chad. Come on. We got this all day. Too strong, Chad. No, remember the first block. It's 15 minutes. Let the body cool off slow. We're not rushing to get everything off. We're just taking our time. Oh, yeah. We're sweating. A little bit of sweat there. We're sweating. Shoes.
Just cut all the weight off. I'm on point. I'm gonna go weigh in a couple hours. Then I get to eat, rehydrate, get ready for war, baby. All the hard parts over. All the training, all the cutting, the dieting, everything's done. Everything's done. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that's the fight. One thing left to do. That's what all this has been about. All the sacrifice, all the hard work, all the dedication, all the pain, the bruises, all the hours, all the push, all comes down to this tomorrow. Tomorrow's Judgment Day. Yeah.
Leading up to the fight, both of us don't really get to talk to him a whole lot, especially that last week and when he's already out at the location. We don't really get to hear from him. And, the days before, he's really, he's got to focus on himself. So it's like, he's focused on the fight. He's got his world going on. But at the same time, everyone around him has our normal lives going on. And it's really a tough balance to try, to, in a way, we're coddling him because, we need to sort of respect the whole process. But at the same time, it's like, something like Shanna getting upset about a comment he made. Her natural reaction is to get upset. But we're both trying so hard. Everybody's trying so hard to just, kind of walk on eggshells and just be careful not to do anything that upsets him and be supportive. But
it's understandable when it comes to the day of, a couple days before. I can't be my bubbly self around him because
she's nervous.
I'm nervous.
She's a wreck.
I think I'm more nervous than you are.
Yeah, you always are.
I always am. Yeah. So can't be my bubbly self around him because he has no patience.
Yeah, and you're just more sensitive in general, regardless of what he says to you.
I think, when it comes to my brother, I'm very sensitive.
On that scale, you will get up on the scale, undress as quickly as possible. You get on the scale, and I'm sure we don't have to worry about anybody making weight because I'm sure everybody here is going to be on weight. When you guys get off the scale, you wait for your opponent. Your opponent will come on, he will get on the scale, his weight will be called, and he will step in front of you, and you guys will do a face-off. As I always tell you guys, everybody here is a professional. We all get paid to fight tomorrow night. So don't do that shit today. I know you're mad at him and you want to smack him, save it till tomorrow. Please, gentlemen, do not disrespect yourself, our profession, the WEC. You're on live internet stream, so do not, gentlemen, do not slap him today. Tomorrow you do it because there's probably going to be a bonus for it. So wait until tomorrow to do it.
He's known as the Savage. Please welcome Chad George. Chad George fighting out of Los Angeles, California, the 28-year-old. Got some Chad George fans out here in the Mile High City. Chad looks ready. 135 even for Chad George. Chad George is ready to go. He's got a great opponent fighting out of the red corner. A WEC veteran to say the least. Please welcome Antonio Banuelos. His opponent, remember, Chad George, who just weighed in at 135. All right, Antonio, get it done. 136 for Antonio Banuelos. Our second fight of the night. This will be a bantamweight clash scheduled for 3 rounds. And kids, the bantamweight division just getting more exciting than this.
Big poke. 1, 2, 3. Holy fuck, you doing?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, pressure on your arm.
Too easy.
So we do IVs in all these fighters because as you look at them as they're trying to cut weight, they become so depleted in, not only just nutrients, but their blood volume gets so low because they have such low liquid volume. So we do these IVs. A couple of the bags that we do have a lot of extra nutrients in them, a lot of extra electrolytes, so that helps rebalance everything and replenish them. And then we do 1 bag of just a normal saline solution that helps increase their blood volume. It can bring their heart rate back down, get them back to a hydrated level where they can perform at their best.
I was hitting a pretty big crash, and
now I'm coming back, getting all the nutrients that my body needs. That it's coming back to life. It's a great feeling.
You feel all of a sudden better and better and better, and just rehydrated. You know, just it's amazing when you're dehydrated how much your body changes when it's rehydrated, right? I mean, it's not like you feel anything. All of a sudden, you just feel better. You know.
In the blue corner, he's known as the Savage. Please welcome Chad George. Chad George fighting out of Los Angeles, California.
Hey, Chad's got some fans here.
Ready? You start rocking out here.
Got some Chad George fans out here in the Mile High City. 135 even for Chad George.
That was pretty awesome.
You know, I was trying to see if I could read what was going through my head. You know, like I was trying to see like the energy that was in me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was taking that deep breath in and just taking it in. At least that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, you were. Fighters are so physically mature, and they do a lot of different things. One thing that they miss is that mental maturity, and it can mean the difference between a fighter having a very short career and a fighter having a very long career. And some fighters find it in between. And but one thing's for sure is that if they're not taking time to focus on their mental game and focus on kind of mastering their body from their mind, not just mastering their body with their physicality, then they're definitely missing out on the total experience. And so basically what I do is I work with people on kind of getting the mind and the body connected versus it just being a physical sport. It's a mental and physical sport, and connecting the two. And as you take a deep breath in, you just feed that white light all around you. Feel that. Notice how he's slowing down, breathing heavy. You're relaxed and centered. Even if he tries to put you up against the cage, you're relaxed and in control, waiting for his movements. Feel your leverage. Feel your power over him. Good. Now as you break away from the cage, make him pay.
10 pounces on Joe's leg.
Get a good night of sleep, wake up in the morning, have breakfast, have a lunch, start mentally slowing everything down, the calming before the storm. Us coaches will get together, do our final preparation, head over to the venue, bring a pillow and a blanket for Chad, let him just relax, conserve all his energy as he can, warm him up nice and slow, get a good solid warm up, get his first lung blown out, and then without a doubt go crush Antonio Benuelos.
In a couple hours, and just try not to think about it.
We kept ourselves busy. We went and worked out, trying to keep our minds occupied before the big fight in less than an hour.
Yeah. We had breakfast with Chad this morning, which was great. It was kind of good to check in with him and see where he's at, and he looks
amazing.
Yeah, mentally, he looks great. I think he's in a good place.
Seems like he's in the best place that he's been for a long time.
The pain's the same, taking the same old game. Feel it if I don't, I don't. And if it ain't really real, then I probably won't.
Helping Chad in the corner, getting him ready while he's in the corner is keeping him relaxed. We'll have 3 different guys. Thomas today will be yelling the instructions during the fight. If we see something we need, we'll tell Thomas, hey, put his foot here, move to the left here, throw this combo, whatever. And then Thomas will be the one that says, okay, Chad, you're gonna do this, this, this. I'm responsible for keywords, keeping him calm, keeping him relaxed, keeping him centered. And then in between rounds, we go in, we do our breathing technique. If he's cut, a cut guy goes in. Otherwise, we go in, we tell him what he did good, we give him some positive feedback, we tell him what he needs to do for the second round. We get him back reset, recentered with his breath, and we We got about a minute, get him some water, and then he's out there. And we just get him nice and relaxed, bring him back to the game plan. And if he's doing something we need him to change, we change it. If he's doing something right, we keep him on it. And if there's a change for the round in the game plan, we remind him of it and we send him back out there.
Before most of the fights that I've seen him, he always pulls me aside and says, like, you know, I'm getting the nerves, like they're hitting me, I'm getting the anxiety, and none of that. None of that this time.
He just he's full of smiles.
Yeah.
He's ready.
Keep it flowing. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Ready?
You're gonna meet down that workout room, right? Okay.
Yo, check it. Yeah. Flank it. Motivate. Illustrate. Hunt him down. Get on the floor. Yeah. Dip him up. Get it.
You know, I did everything I possibly could to win this fight. I was supposed to win this fight. You know, then you start having the feelings of, I let all my friends and family and fans, let everybody down. I failed. I failed at the thing that everybody thought I was capable of doing, and I failed. How do you bounce back from that? How do you recover from putting so much into something and it not being fulfilled? How do you do that? How do you take that as a positive to be able to motivate yourself to get up the next morning and even be able to want to do it again? You know, why would I do this? You know? Then you start thinking, you know, I know why I do this. I'm a fighter. That's it. You know, I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to come back harder. This is my life. This is my life. And I couldn't be happier.
West Beach Production. Yeah, we are gathered here today to witness something strong in the pulpit. There'll be no shadow boxing in the pulpit. I want y'all to witness the savage. The savage, can I get an amen? The savage, here come the savage. He got him tapping, yes, he got him tapping. Here come the savage, here come the savage. More action, here come the action. Here come the savage to the copper. If you see him coming through, say what's up. Chad Jordan, mixed martial arts master. He from the world of the body slam chapter. Full loss and no knees with them elbows. Non-stop with submission and them KOs. Action crack from the start, superhero. Wild style on point like a needle. It's gonna be war in the square circle. Turn it up speed, high turbo. I put it on savage cause it won't fade. Too hard of an MMA renegade. Straight from the cloth of the gladiator. No match to the weak and the hesitator. No slip, you be tapping out for dear mercy. No mercy, savage, you heard me? The savage, here come the savage. He got him tapping, yes, he got him tapping.
Why am I a fighter? Let me get this straight. I get to go punch somebody as hard as I want in the face and not get arrested. I get to travel all over the world. I get to have fans and people like follow me and like get to know me or whatever. sign me up. I'm in. Let's go.